Welcome in for a very special edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. James Poovey coming to you alongside my color analyst, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, we get a chance to catch up this evening with Coach Les Moss. We're over a week into training camp here, and he's going to give us some updates on what's going on with our Wranglers.
JP, I'm excited to bring in Coach. I know he's ultra busy, uber busy, getting ready for the Vegas Nighthawks next week, which will take place in a week in Henderson, Nevada at the beautiful Dollar Loan Center. So let's go ahead and bring in Coach so he can get back to game planning for Vegas.
What's
Let's
up,
do it,
fellas?
Coach
How's
Moss.
it going?
Hey, we're
How's it
doing
going?
great. We appreciate you taking the time out tonight, Coach. Basically, we just wanted to get an update from you. How's camp going? We're going to take a look at some one of the highlight videos we did earlier, about a week or so ago, as we talk here. But just give us an update on training camp with the Northern Arizona Wranglers and how things are going up there.
We've had a good training camp. We've had 7 days of practice in 11 days. We had a couple lift days. You know, our guys are working hard. They're being professionals, which is all we ask. You know, they show up on time and they're working their tails off. And you know, we've had good practices. We're learning. You know, we have a young team here, and we're learning. But we feel very, very good about the talent we have on this roster.
Coach, with as fast as things are moving, does that make it a little bit? Does that make it more advantageous for these young men to kind of get to know each other because they know that everything is so condensed, everything is moving so fast? Because in a week we'll be in Henderson, Nevada, taking on the Nighthawks. Does that give an advantage to these younger players to have to you've got to get to know your brothers really quickly?
Well, I think, you know, I mean, these guys have all been playing football a long time, and you know, they're all, you know, type A personality men that are coming in here to try to win a position. And I mean, they most teams that I've been around, they gel pretty quickly. You know, they enjoy being around each other. They enjoy working, and the guys that don't enjoy working and don't enjoy being around the other teammates, we usually don't keep those kind of guys around very long.
Those guys are usually weeded out pretty quickly, Coach. Tell us about some guys that have surprised you, or maybe some guys that would come in and fill a role that you hopefully expected them to fill for the Wranglers.
I don't know about surprises. I mean, we knew that we had a pretty good roster coming in. Now we didn't know all their strengths and weaknesses, but you know, on the defensive side of the ball, Mercado Anderson is doing a great job. Our defensive line is really good. I mean, you know, you guys talked to Ulrich last week or week before last. You know,
Yes, sir.
he's a heck of a player. Kenton Bartlett, KB, we call him KB. Played for us in Iowa last year. He's having a really good camp as a defensive end. Jay Artis is doing a great job as a defensive end. Trevon Lofton is another one. Our front five with Veda King and Darren Hungerford, those guys are doing a tremendous job of putting pressure on our quarterback. They're doing a great job run defense. You know, both of our two quarterbacks are battling every day. You know, they're competing. We had a we didn't have a lot of receivers early on in camp. We've added a few later on in camp that are doing a good job of picking up the offense and moving along here. We're at the end of camp now, so we're starting to make our roster cuts and things like that, and getting our group together to you know, get ready to play Las Vegas. So, but we're happy so far with you know, at the receiver position. You know, we got some good guys and great competition, so we're happy with where we are right now.
Coach, and looking at the offensive line setup, you've got some big fellas. You've got some 290s, some 315s, some 320s. You've got some size and some power, some strength on that offensive line. As you know, it's very important to keep those trenches as strong as possible. You talked about the strength of your five as far as your defensive line, but talk about your offensive line and how they're coming along and how important that's going to be to the success of your offense.
Yeah, well, they're coming along. I mean, you know, this is all it's all new to them. We've thrown a lot at them, but they're getting better every single day. They're gelling as a unit, and we're having success offensively against, you know, we feel like uh, we're pretty equal on both sides of the ball, and we're having some success offensively. You know, early in training camp, the defense is always ahead, or at least it has been in my experience. You know, over the last 30 years, the defense gets a jump because they're reactionary, and the offense is learning, on offense and exactly what we're trying to do. But we're able to move the ball and do some good things offensively. So we're happy with the way that the offense and the offensive line is progressing.
Coach, as it relates to your staff, how are you guys coming together here in the early part of the campaign?
Oh, good. We're gelling good. I mean, Coach Keefe and I have been together. This is our 4th year together, and he's really unbelievable. I mean, he brings a lot of great energy to the table. Coach Windsor and I have worked together before with the Arizona Rattlers, and that's why I wanted to bring him on as the offensive coordinator. And Dave Moran is doing a great job working with the linebackers and defensive line. And I mean, we're working well together. Our support staff with Denny and Mark and Travis are doing a great job. So our staff is excellent, and it's just a reflection of the way the team is responding also.
Coach, on Saturday you've got the sweet ticket holders party, so you'll get to be able to really kind of mix and mingle with the sweet holders and everybody that's excited for this season 2 for 2.0, the version 2.0 of the Northern Arizona Wranglers. How excited are you to meet the fans and get to know them as they get to know you and get to know your coaching staff and your players as you continue to build this relationship with the community up there in Prescott Valley?
Well, it's going to be good to see the fans, but I think it's going to be great for the players to see the fans. That's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the fans to see the players and get to interact and mingle with them. We got a really, really good group of guys. I mean, they are fun to be around. They really like each other. They like working together. This is a really, really fun team to be around and to work with. So I'm excited to see what the turnout's going to be like. It's always good to meet the fans, and we're excited for tomorrow night.
Well, Coach, that's definitely going to translate over to the field and a lot of the off-the-field activities as well that are involved with the Northern Arizona Wranglers. It's always a privilege to gather on the field after the games. All the fans and the coaches come together, and people come down for autographs and pictures, and it's just a great time. So we're looking forward to kicking things off next Friday night at the Las Vegas Nighthawks at the Dollar Loan Center. We'll be there in attendance with you guys. We appreciate your time here this evening and the update on training camp. We're looking forward to a very fun 2022 season.
Well, thanks, James. Yeah, we can't wait to get started. We got a few more days to get ready, but we'll be ready come game time.
The hay is about in the barn, wouldn't you say, Ed Cole?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach Moss. We appreciate your time.
The hay will be in the barn on Thursday.
Okay. Very good. Still a few more days worth of work to go there.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
We got a lot of work to do, but we're excited for it.
We appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you again next week, sir.
Okay, James, Ed, good talking to you guys.
Yes, sir.